is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Strong opening. Welcome to DBL, everyone. How is everybody doing? It is Thursday, July 23rd. I am Tori. I'm here with Al,
That was
Lindsay.
a very strong opening from Chris. It was like the shuttle was about to take off.
3, 2.
Thank you, Chris.
Slow clap.
Up on this Thursday.
Slow clap for Chris.
Lindsay, you okay?
Lindsay, were you blown away?
I think she's under a desk.
I'm blown away. I also am blown away that you guys both are in really dark black colors, and I'm over here still bright as ever. What's going on, Tori?
Well, I gotta be honest, I got really dressed up today. Some days you just want to feel really dressed up, so I'm at like a gala for some reason. I got a diamond fake necklace from Forever 21 going on, so I'm giving the speech today.
You look like you're at a fundraiser to save white owls.
We can do it, people, if we join together.
There's only 12 left. Okay.
Believe in the owls. All right, guys, let's get straight into the news. Another night of protests in Portland. This time, the mayor of Portland, Ted Wheeler, was actually there when federal agents used tear gas to disperse the crowd. Wheeler got caught in the gas. You could see him right there on your TV, and he called it an overreaction by the feds. The mayor also spoke out at the protests, which focused on the continued presence of federal agents in the city, but he was heckled very loudly by the crowd, as you can kind of hear it here. Check out what one creative protester used to help clear the gas. That's a leaf blower. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it's sad that we're here, though.
Yeah, that we're discussing this.
You know, I have a question for both of you guys. Do you guys look at these protests and wonder if the people are fairly docile and not dressed in any kind of tactical, I'm trying to go after you kind of outfits? Why are the military showing up like they're doing the maneuvers in Afghanistan? I think it just heightens it already.
And I think I agree with you, but Lindsay, I'm speaking on the other side for people. They see arsonists, and they see people looting, and they see people destroying property. And yes, those aren't the protesters. Those are called rioters. These people who are moms, dads, very peaceful protests, seemingly, according to the mayor, don't deserve the treatment that Al's speaking about. So, Lindsay, do you agree they've gone too far, whatever branch of government this is?
Well, yeah, when we talk about destroying property, the federal courthouse was the main thing that was destroyed. And like you said, overwhelmingly, a large majority of Black Lives Matter protesters are not violent, are not breaking things, are not ruining buildings. As somebody who's been to several protests in different cities even, you know, I know that's not the case and looked into it heavily. So I think that we need to just be careful when we're sending federal agents in for something that I think local government can handle. Yeah. And quite frankly, it's just, you know, it's disheartening to see that people, even those moms that were all holding hands, protecting protesters, are just voicing their opinion, using their constitutional right, and having their rights actually taken away by people that are, you know, not exactly naming who they are reportedly, not saying what police force they're with or what federal agency. And so people are just confused, getting arrested with no information.
Yeah, I agree. But I mean, when you're tear gassing the mayor and pregnant women, we've got a real, I mean, it looked like Afghanistan out there on our streets. So, and remember, this might get bigger. The administration is saying it perhaps might go to Chicago and Detroit. So all of our DBL Nation viewers, if you're from there, write us in. What's the temperature around your city? I'd be fascinated to know that. Speaking of federal agents, the administration said yesterday it's sending hundreds of federal agents to Chicago, Albuquerque, to all confront this rising gun violence. But according to the Attorney General, there's a distinction between what we've seen in Portland with the camouflage agents, right, detaining protesters in these unmarked vans. This new surge of federal agents would partner with local police to specifically help with gun-related crime. So here's what Chicago's Mayor Lori Lightfoot had to say about it. Take a look.
If those agents are here to actually work in partnership on support of gun violence and violent cases, plugging into existing infrastructure of federal agents, not trying to play police in our streets, then that's something different, and that may add value.
Lindsay, how much trust and confidence do you have in Lori Lightfoot, the mayor there? Chicago's had a rash of horrendous gun violence over the past week. How do you feel?
Right, we can't ignore that Chicago and other cities definitely need help, but the timing, I think, is interesting for everybody, seeing that we're on the back of Portland and seeing what's going on over there, to have federal authorities step in. And so I think Mayor Lightfoot is just trying to make sure that this is done right and handled appropriately, because like we see in Portland, we don't want any alleged or abuses of power. And so I think people want to remain safe, but also keep residents safe.
Yeah, this is called, just so you know, Operation Legend. It's named after Legend Teleferro. It's a 4-year-old who was killed in Kansas City right there, a victim over the past couple weeks. What do you feel about all this? And do you think if they worked with local police, would it help?
I mean, I agree with the mayor. I mean, if it's done correctly
Right.
and it's used to plug in and kind of aid and support law enforcement, I'm all for it. Again, I'm kind of like Lindsay. I'm suspicious of the timing. I think Chicago is a buzzword for let's control black people. Anytime anything's said online, it's like, well, what about Chicago?
Yeah, black on black
23
violence.
people.
Right,
And again, black on black violence, a non-existent term. We never talk about white on white violence. It's never. That's definitely never been said in the history of television, except for right now. You're welcome. So it's like until we start using both those terms, then you know, I just find the timing a little bit interesting.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, let us know what you guys think. A lot of you writing in about Chicago, Detroit, saying it's coming to our cities. And some of you might want it, so we'd love to hear from that side as well. Well, today marks 1 year away from the Tokyo Olympics. Remember, the original 2020 Olympics were supposed to begin tomorrow, but yeah, the games were postponed until next year due to the pandemic. But that's not stopping gymnast Simone Biles. I can't get enough of this girl. I can't. I love her. Here's what she said about her prep for the games on the Today Show.
Training has been a little bit different. It's been kind of crazy, but going in every day, knowing and hoping that 2021 is on the horizon keeps me going. But it's just, we don't know what's going to happen, so we train as if.
As if. What do you think about Simone Biles, and what do you think about the Olympics? Don't you think, Lindsay, we could have really used something to bring the world together right now?
Yeah, I think it would have been awesome, but you know, we got to keep everybody safe.
Yeah.
I know that watching these athletes train for so long, some of these people, it's going to be their first time at the Olympics, and they've spent their whole lives waiting for this moment. So I think it gives us something to look forward to in 2021. Hopefully we have a vaccine. But yes, I'm very excited to see Simone and the entire U.S. women's gymnastic team.
She's unbelievable.
I'm a little worried, and I don't want to be the whatever the male equivalent of Debbie Downer is.
It's
but
Dawn Downer.
Don Downer. But what if we're really starting to turn the tide on the coronavirus, and then we bring everybody in the world together, and then they go back to their home countries, and maybe we see another outbreak? I mean, I hope it doesn't happen, but it seems like some countries have a better hold on this than others. But once we all mix together, then the best is equal to the worst at that point.
All right, well, that brings up a point. Do you think we'll ever have an Olympics again?
Yes, of course.
But it is interesting. Everyone's coming from different areas and going back. That's a perfect petri dish for the coronavirus.
Guys, I'm hoping that by July 2021 that this is really over. Don't say that by July 2021 we won't have a solution to coronavirus, please.
She's the bright spot in color.
Yes.
I can't even think about that.
Yeah, Lindsay's like, I'm not even doing this mental exercise with you.
Yes,
so
please, don't even put that out there.
I appreciate
we
you.
are having
we
the
need
Olympics.
positivity.
We do. We're the Debbie Dawn Downers.
There we go.
Before we go to break, remember this black bear we told you about earlier in this week? This is like the Tory of the black bear family who loves the camera.
Yeah.
Do you see it? So the one who was filmed coming up to a couple hikers in Mexico, smelling the woman's hair and even posing for some selfies. Well, the bear's back, okay? New video shows the bear sniffing a woman's leg and following her down the street. The bear even paws at her leg. Maybe he's hungry, or maybe he just wants a bear hug. Now, I know that's kind of fun to watch, but that means that bear has become very acclimated to humans, and that means we are encroaching on some kind of environment here. So although it's fun to watch, I didn't mean to be a Dawn Downer, but I thought I had to say that.
I don't think you're being a downer, Lindsay. You know, there's a saying in hip hop, it was all good just a week ago. And I'm worried that somebody's going to be saying that with this bear. I mean, it's cute the first couple times, but I mean, I don't know what else bears are interested in except for food. They're a lot like guys. We just want to eat. And I mean, this bear is a little scary to me. I think they should kind of get a hold of it, maybe track it or put it somewhere.
Or maybe, I just want it to be okay. And it loves the camera,
It's
and I
time to
understand
move.
it.
It's just time to move.
It's time to move. Time to
Just get out of that entire town.
Give the mayor the town. Let him be the mayor.
Yours, sir.
Yeah, just give it the town.
All right, Lindsay, please stick around. Coming up on DBL, the Kim and Kanye saga, it continues. So how will the Keeping Up with the Kardashians handle it all when the new season premieres this year? And here at DBL, we're doing our part to help curb that COVID-19. Our staff is working from home, and we thank them immensely. We'll be right back. Welcome back to DBL. As we know, Kanye West has been making headlines due to his erratic behavior, but you will not be seeing any of it on his wife's reality show. Nope. According to TMZ, Keeping Up with the Kardashians will no longer cover Kanye's apparent bipolar episode, not covering it at all. TMZ says filming Kim and Kanye's 4 kids during the ordeal was completely off limits. The new season, which premieres in September, will mainly focus on how the family's been coping in lockdown, which we're all interested in, I think. Meantime, Kanye posted this photo of a group in the back of a truck with the caption, YZY Team, which is Yeezy Team, I assume.
Yes.
Thanks for making that jump.
I was going to wait and see where you're going to go with that.
Oh, YZY.
Read that like a mom.
I did. I'm like, is that right? Is that hip?
Yeah.
I did want to ask you about, I love Kim Kardashian, and when she has to put down a boundary, she will. No more kids are being filmed in that. You will not see the inner sanctions of that. I think that's appropriate, considering how far he crossed a line, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, I mean, these kids have lives too, and I think about this on a much lower scale with my kids in terms of taking pictures with them. Did they consent to this? And also, when this is a very adult situation, do you want to bring kids in the mix because it could come off exploitative?
Yeah, what do you think about this, Linz? Do you think that Kim should shut down altogether? There's some people that think, hey, shut it down. We don't want to keep up. We've kept up with the Kardashians.
So I have a different opinion than both of you guys. I read the TMZ article, and they said Kim does not want her husband's situation, his mental health situation, to be exploited for ratings in any way, which is very interesting because Lamar Odom was on his deathbed and, in my opinion, was exploited for ratings. And so to tell me that that same show is not planning on doing that remains to be seen. Like, I really don't trust that. We'll see. I really hope that they don't. But to be filming at this exact time when they weren't filming, all in quarantine, and now given all this drama, the presidency run and everything, I don't know. Also, Kanye has an album and a shoe coming out tomorrow. It's just a lot going on.
That is a very fair point.
Yes.
Done by Lindsay. Thank you, Lindsay, for schooling us. All right, speaking about a new album, Kanye is expected to drop a new one tomorrow. But Taylor Swift is also releasing a surprise album of her own. Those two are inextricably linked.
But do you think that was on purpose?
No, I don't know, but she's smart, and I wonder.
And she also does not, she's not a fan.
No, they've had that ever since he took the mic away from that famous, and I'm going to let you finish if you don't know what we're talking about, Kanye and Taylor.
VMAs.
Yes, the VMAs. She shocked fans, though, with a social media post saying she'll release her 8th studio album, Folklore, at midnight. Taylor also posted a still frame from her music video for the song Cardigan. She says the entire shoot was overseen by a medical inspector, and she did her own hair and makeup. She is so prolific. This is 2 albums, 1 year, but she knows her audience. We're all just sitting here. We need something to do. Smart or too many albums?
I don't think for her fans it could ever be too many.
It can't.
It's content, and I think that she's going through something in quarantine, and she knows how to speak to her people. So I think they're going to love it.
Smart? Yeah, you think it's a smart
it's a good idea.
Linz, you going to put this on? Spin a little of the vinyl?
Yeah. Honestly, we had so much time to ourselves in quarantine. I would love to hear what she has to say during this time. Like, if there's a breakup and that dramatic, how? How when we've all been sitting in the house? Like, I hope it's a nice, calm album.
I think it will be. It seems very, like, hippie, like lavender and mason jars type of thing.
Right. And during the commercial break, will somebody write to me and tell me the difference between a sweater and a cardigan?
I will, for sure. One has buttons. Coming up on DBL, we're catching up with celebrity trainer Bob Harper from his favorite Biggest Loser moments.
Does it always have buttons?
I think so. To his, the buttons, to his ongoing mission for heart health. He's talking about it all, and we're talking sweaters. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to DBL. Fitness pro Bob Harper is a heart attack survivor who helps others by raising awareness. Brandon spoke to him earlier. Take a look.
Bob Harper, a friend of the show. Welcome back to DBL, my man.
I'm glad to be here.
So the last time that you were here on the show, the pandemic had just started. So what have you been up to these last couple months?
Well, I've been in quarantine just like pretty much everybody else. You know, I'm just trying to do everything I possibly can do to stay healthy and sane through these very trying times.
Social distancing has caused some bad habits when it comes to people's general health. So, what are some of these bad habits you think, and how can people break these bad habits?
To be more proactive when it comes to your own health is super important during these times. You need to make sure that you are eating wisely and that you're taking care of yourself, because this is your body and this is your life, and I want you to be around for a long time.
Season 18 of The Biggest Loser aired earlier this year.
It's not about blue versus red. It's issues that brought you here in the first place.
Do you have any favorite moments for us from that season? And this is DBL, so you don't have to necessarily be PG-13. We'll edit all the crazy stuff out.
I got to tell you, well, I love being the host because I got to control people in a completely different way. This sounds like a Miss America answer, but it really is true. We got to sit down with all of the contestants and hear their stories and the struggles and what got them to need or want to be on our show in the first place.
Are there any of those stories that really resonated with you that you still think about to this day?
We had one contestant that was really struggling with being gay and sharing it with his family and coming out. And as a gay man, it was something that I really responded to and wanted to help him through that journey, and his life has just really flourished since he was able to kind of like get out of that hiding of his life. So I was really excited to be a part of that.
Now, survivors have heart. You are deeply involved with this, and it's something that's very near and dear to your heart. So can you please explain to our viewers what Survivors Have Heart is?
Yeah, Survivors Have Heart is something that I'm very passionate about. It is near and dear to my heart, literally and figuratively. It was a project that we started a couple of years ago in New York City, and I got together with some heart attack survivors and the people that took care of them. It's turned into this force of helping other survivors throughout the country. And this was the year that I was going to go out on the road more and talk to people, and now with COVID, we're not able to do that. But luckily, through all this technology, I'm taking it out on the road virtually that you'll be able to see on my social channels. And what I'm really trying to do is just get the message out there that you're not alone in these times that are scary for you. You've been given this second chance of a heart attack. There is life after. I'm just trying to help people as much as I possibly can, and that's what Survivors Have Heart has been built upon.
Good luck with everything you have going with Survivors Have Heart, and thank you again for joining DBL, man. You're welcome back anytime.
Thanks, it's great talking to you. And remember, go on to survivorshaveheart.com for more information.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to DBL. You smell that? It's some sweet, sweet deals. Earlier, Steph showed me some great products at even better prices. Here's this week's DBL Deal Blast presented by MorningSave.com. All right, what do you have in your magic bag today for us, Stephanie?
First, now this is a clothing essential, so check this out. It's the Sienna Vela handheld garment and fabric steamer, and also it comes with a fabric and a lint brush. So if you've got a pet, I know you've got a dog, Tori, you can get a bit of hair on things, can't you? So it helps get rid of that. So normally, this awesome device is $60, which is pretty fair, right?
Not
but
bad.
right now, it's $19, which means you're saving 68%. Next, this is the Strive Fusion Bio 2 Plus Activity Tracker and smartwatch 2-in-1. It actually lasts for 14 days, the battery life, so you don't need to charge it once every 2 weeks. Pretty good, right?
Very good.
So normally this is $80, but we've got a very special deal of $15, which means, Tori, we're saving 81%. This next one, Tori, is for you. It's the 12-pack Eternal Solar LED Pathway Lights.
Yes.
So you can light up any paths in your yard, your driveway. Now, normally in this 12-pack, it's $70. But right now, it's only $24, so you're saving 66%. Last, this is the Cobalt X wireless charging pad with a digital LED clock. It conveniently charges your smartphones. You can put it anywhere in your home, in your office. Normally, this is $60, but right now, Tori, it's only $19, which means you're saving 68%.
Oh, Steph has all of the accoutrements you could ever need, so head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices. You can even visit morningsave.com on your smartphone. Thank you so much, Steph.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks. You know the one I'm getting?
What's that?
The solar lights. It just
we have some.
a twinkle. Do you?
We do.
Well, I'm about to have some.
Don't copy us.
All right, fine. DBL's new every day. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. Bye, guys.